Today on Kat's Vegan Kitchen, I'm so excited because we have a special guest, my friend Gina, baker extraordinaire. She is going to show us how to make her ooey gooey, delicious, famous chocolate cinnamon rolls. Welcome to Kat's Vegan Kitchen. I know you're going to love this recipe, so remember to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe so you never miss a recipe. Remember, you can always find the full written recipe in the description below. Let's get started.
All right, the first thing we're going to do is get our yeast ready and make sure it's alive. So into a cup and a half of any plant-based milk, you're going to put in 2.5 teaspoons of an instant yeast. That's 1 packet. Go ahead and stir that up. And also it's super important your milk or water that when you're proofing yeast is the right temperature, not too hot, not too cold. Between like 101 and 110 is pretty ideal.
What would that feel like if you don't have a thermometer?
If you don't have a thermometer, it's super easy. Just stick your finger in and it should be, oh, it's warm, not it's hot. It should really be almost just slightly warmer than body temperature. And
action.
All right. So now that we have our yeast proofing over there in the warm milk, we're going to go ahead and get the flour part ready.
Okay.
And one important thing to note is when measuring flour, super important not to pack your flour. I recommend using a scale, but not all of us have a scale. So the method that I use is called the dipping method, which just pretty much means filling up your cup, of flour, tapping it as you go so that it settles. All right, tap, tap, tap. And then using the backside of a knife, just kind of push on over, and that gives you a very level 1 cup. So this recipe is going to need 3.5 cups, but a little bit more for kneading, so do have more flour on hand. So we're going to go ahead, and this, like I said, this flour is all pre-measured. So we're going to go ahead and dump all of this in, which is 3.5 cups. All right, and then adding to that, we're going to go ahead and add a 1/2 cup of just regular sugar. Okay, and then we're going to add in, this is the special ingredient which makes them cool, is the cocoa powder. And this too is also a 1/2 cup of cocoa powder.
Make sure it's unsweetened.
Yes, unsweetened cocoa powder. And then 1 good teaspoon of salt. And chocolate loves salt, so don't skimp on that. Then I would go ahead and blend this up with a whisk so that all of those ingredients get dispersed evenly. All right, let's check on our yeast, and you can tell it is nice and fluffy and ready to go into our flour mixture. But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and add a 1/2 cup of a non-flavored oil.
1/2 cup?
I mean, oh my God. It's a 1/4 cup.
We are using sunflower oil.
And give that a little mixy mix here. I can do that with the whisk, is fine. And then pour that into our flour mixture. Usually I start with a spatula to kind of really scrape the edge and the bottom of the bowl, and then as it gets tougher to stir, then I'm going to switch to something heavier like a wooden spoon. But to tell you the truth, I honestly do this in my KitchenAid.
I don't have a KitchenAid.
I know, and it's really easy. It comes together really fast, but you can easily do this at home just by hand.
I don't have a KitchenAid because I never bake, but maybe I will now more. Because I have such a good teacher.
All right, Kathy, we are ready to flip this over on the counter.
Okay.
If you can spread a little bit of the flour to keep it from sticking.
Is that enough?
Let's see here. Maybe a teeny bit more. All right, awesome. All right, now we're just going to do a series of pulling and pushing to really get the gluten going here. And if it does get sticky and start to stick to the counter, then that's when we're going to go ahead and add more flour. So you'll probably do this for about anywhere from 5 to 8 minutes of tough kneading here. All right, we're looking for this dough to become less sticky.
Gina is kneading and kneading. I can't believe you have to knead this for 5 minutes.
Well, that's good bakers got muscle built up from doing this.
So if I knead dough, I don't have to lift weights.
No, you don't. This is a total workout.
All right. Gina, what is this maneuver called?
I'm just creating tension in the dough ball so that I'm gonna get it ready to rise in a bowl. So this gets it all nice and tight, and it's ready to go.
All right, what's next?
All right, now this guy needs to almost double in size.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it back in the original bowl, but before I put it back in the bowl, I'm gonna put a little bit of oil. I'm gonna rotate that a little bit, throw him in there, and then I do a little dance. There we go, and he's all nice and coated. Cover this with a nice linen towel or plastic wrap and put it in a nice warm place for about an hour.
Got it.
So one of my favorite ways to have dough proof is to put it in an oven with the oven light on. Makes it just warm enough, especially on cold days, to get that dough to double in size.
Awesome. So we cover it.
Cover it first.
And then we'll put it in the oven with the oven light on. Rise, my pretty, rise.
Our guy has risen about double. Did take a little longer than we thought.
Did.
About an hour and a half. If it takes too long, I do have one little trick.
One little hack.
One little hack. Very, you have to monitor it very closely
Okay.
because if you forget, you're gonna cook your bread.
Okay.
But I will just go ahead, turn my oven on for like a minute.
Okay.
Then turn it off right away.
Okay.
And it'll warm things up a little bit and speed things.
What do you turn the oven on to?
350.
Okay, so turn it on for a minute, turn it off, and then let the bread rise.
Yes.
Okay.
You can't walk away.
Can't walk away. Don't walk away. Okay.
All right. Smooth. We're gonna go ahead and get the filling ready.
Okay.
About a third of a cup of white sugar, and then a third of a cup of brown sugar, and we're just gonna mix that up. All right. We are going to flip this guy out. Here he is, and we're gonna try to stretch him out. You can use a rolling pin to help us. All right. It doesn't have to be a perfect square, as long as you can kind of stretch it out to kind of get somewhat of a rectangle. It's
Awesome.
good. So the first thing you're gonna do is spread the butter.
We are using Trader Joe's buttery spread. It's vegan. I believe it is their version of Miyoko's.
Good to have butter at room temperature so it's easy to spread. If not, it's gonna rip your dough a little bit. I love the offset spatula because it allows you to really spread it nice and thin and evenly.
I got my offset spatula at a garage sale. You know me, I'm a fan of thrifting.
With that blended mix of sugars of the brown and the cane. Now we're just gonna sprinkle that sugar mixture over the entire surface, avoiding that front edge where we're gonna make the seal. Go ahead and pack that in, that it kind of stays still while we're rolling it. All right, this is my favorite part. This is where I add the extra chocolate in there.
Chocolate.
It is yummy. So this is about a half a cup of mini, and I like the mini because they're small enough to kind of spread around and you don't get a big chunk of chocolate. And I'm going to do that same thing. I'm going to kind of press them in so that they kind of stay put in there. Thank you, Kathy. All right, after the chips, let's go ahead and add that cinnamon. Go ahead and sprinkle that liberally. Excellent.
Like that?
Yeah, it's perfect. Okay. The fun part, we're going to start rolling. Okay, so when I roll, I tend to kind of grab and like stretch it a little bit. All right. Okay. Look at that edge that we left off the ingredients. We can pull him to kind of seal. And we're gonna roll it so it's on its seam like that. Let's get our pan ready. Go ahead and grease that a little bit so they don't stick. Good, okay, and let's cut these guys. So with a serrated knife, which is my favorite tool for cutting these, because it makes a nice clean edge. I cut it in half first, right? And that means I gotta make 6 rolls with each of these halves.
Got it.
So then again, I'm gonna cut this in half, and I'm gonna make 3 out of each one. We're gonna go ahead and pop those beauties in there.
These look so freaking good.
Now they're gonna rise a little bit, so don't put them touching each other. Okay?
Yep. Okay, we are gonna cover our beautiful cinnamon rolls. We're gonna let those rise for 30 minutes in our oven with the light on, and we'll show you what they look like puffed up. Our rolls have been in the oven with just the oven light on for 30 minutes. Let's see if they puffed up. Ta-da!
All right, they look good and they are ready.
What are we doing with our cinnamon rolls?
All right, now we're gonna put them in the oven at 350 for about 25-30 minutes.
Okay.
It's hard to tell if they're brown because they are chocolate.
Yeah.
So we'll just have to kind of keep an eye on them.
Keep an eye on them. Okay, they're going in the oven with a lot of love for 25 to 30 minutes.
Now that the rolls are in the oven,
yes,
we're gonna go ahead and get the glaze ready.
Awesome.
So we've got about 2 tablespoons of plant-based milk, and we're gonna add the secret ingredient, which is an instant espresso, because coffee loves chocolate. All right, so it's warmed up a little bit so that espresso will melt. We're gonna stir that in.
So we're gonna add in a tablespoon of plant-based butter.
All right, we can add about 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. All right. And then we're gonna add the cocoa into that nice warm liquid.
That's about 3 tablespoons of cocoa.
So now we are going to add in the powdered sugar. And if this is a little too thick, you can go ahead and add a little bit more milk.
So I'm slowly adding in about 1 cup of powdered sugar.
And stirring, stirring, stirring so we have no lumps. Last ingredient is a pinch of salt.
Okay, these cinnamon rolls have been cooking for 25 minutes. They look freaking delicious. We are going to let them cool, and then we're going to glaze them with our delicious glaze.
All right, these have cooled off for a little bit. Let's go ahead and glaze them with this glorious chocolate glaze. All right, who wants to taste it first?
Are we both going to taste it?
Oh no, you may
Let's
not
see.
want to share with me.
Okay.
I might get one too. Why
Okay,
not?
yeah, let's do it.
Let's do this. Cheers.
Cheers.
These are good.
Those are really good.
Nobody's gonna believe these are vegan
Super
either.
soft.
These are so good.
Cinnamon. Those are yummy. Well, the only remnant of that on my hands is the chocolate. It's totally devoured. That was completely delicious. No one will believe those are vegan. Thank you for teaching me how to bake,
you.
Gina.
This was really fun.
This was really fun. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you next time and Kat and Gina's Vegan Kitchen.
Thank you.
Oh boy! Steven did nothing!
Nothing, Jackie. That's what he's doing. Nothing.
Steven!
I yell, he jumps. Damn it. We got that down.
You had absolutely nothing to do with what happened,
But it's all his fault. Nothing to do with it. All your fault. You want to look at the bowl again? Let's look at this bowl again.